Hello everyone. In this video I will be showing you some basic photo editing operations in GIMP. So I've downloaded an image, so all I'll do here is place it over in GIMP. So that will be the first step, is to get your image opened up in GIMP. Yep, I'll say yes to OK, rotate. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you is how to crop an image in GIMP. What I want to do is just crop away all of the extra background and just basically leave the important part of the image. Okay, so if we don't see our crop tool up in the tools section, we'll go to the tools menu and we'll do transform tools and crop. Okay, and so notice that our little pointer here has turned into what resembles a slicing knife there. So I'll just start in one corner and just kind of drag around the area that I want to keep. Now the cropping box has these handles, and if you notice, if I go right around the edges of the cropping box, you can see where each handle is lighting up. Now to adjust the cropping box, all we need to do is to click and hold in one of the handles and then just drag it. And so we can kind of get our box exactly how we want it. And I think that'll be good. So once your selection is in place for the cropping, make sure that current layer only is not selected in this case, because even though we only have one layer showing, even if we had, say, I don't know, 4 layers on this image, if current layer only is selected, then you're only cropping the areas on that particular layer. Without this selected, you're cropping the entire image, including the canvas size. So in our case, current layer only is not selected. Now go ahead and double click inside anywhere of the crop box to apply the cropping. Okay, good. Now another thing that we might want to do is resize our image. If you look down here into the zoom drop down box, our image is only zoomed in at 18%. Well, let's see what it looks like at 100%, because that is the full size of the image. Okay, so this image is rather large. So what we might want to do now is just resize this image to a size, that's better for a web page. Let's resize this image to about 500 pixels wide. So go to image and then scale image. Alright, make sure that the drop down here is in pixels, and we decided on a 500 pixel wide image, so just do 500 pixels wide. And I'll just click in the next box and see how it automatically adjusted. That's because our lock is on, and what that does is it automatically adjusts the width and the height proportionally. So if I were to change even, say, the height to, I don't know, 700, then the width would automatically adjust. Okay, so I'm going to just change this back to 500. Change the width back and let the height adjust itself, and hit scale. Oh, and just check your settings. Make sure your settings sort of match mine there. These are just default settings. They're fine. Okay, great. So now notice down here that it's still showing 100% zoomed, which means what we're seeing now is the actual image size. So if we go to place this on a web page as its original size, that is how big it will appear on the page. Okay, good. So now let's adjust the sharpness a little bit because the image does seem to be a little bit blurry. So let's go to Filters, Enhance, and Sharpen. Okay. And we can adjust the amount. At 0.5 it actually looked pretty good. Let's see at 0.75. Yeah, that looks pretty good there. Okay, so I adjusted mine to about 0.75. Whatever looks good for your image is what you would need to adjust it to. If you just click and hold inside the amount, you can automatically adjust it, and if you just wait a second, the image will update. And see, notice how as I bring it up, so we just find a good threshold here. Yeah, I think about 0.7. This is good, 0.734. A lot of times these numbers are not exact. We hit OK. Okay, good. The last thing that I am going to show you here is adjusting the contrast. This image has quite a bit of contrast in it already, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how to adjust the contrast of an image. Colors, brightness and contrast. So here's where we can adjust the brightness and the contrast. So we can actually bring the brightness down if we like, bring contrast down or up. So as you can see, just using the brightness and the contrast settings, I can really create some contrasting images that pop. Okay, so here are some good contrast settings for this image, and we'll just hit OK here. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial. I hope that helped you. Thank you for watching.